Here goes nothing. All right, so I got a couple hours in, pulled the radiator, pulled the intake off. Still need to drain the power steering. And then under here, got the drive shafts pulled off. Dual cases and tranny are ready to come out. They're unbolted from the motor. Got the e-brake disconnected. Got the exhaust pulled on the other side. That's on the side yard. So dual cases, drop down, and then on getting the rest of the motor out. So yeah, not bad for, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's go. Elliot, how's your engine swap going? Oh, it's going good. We got a new e-bike. The truck's starting to grow. Pants and jackets, ice skates are over there. Yeah, there it is. But I got another piece of the puzzle. No, it's not this. I did get a new dropper post on this last night from a buddy. But yeah, so look at that. You guys know what that is? It's a mini crane to take the engine out. So now I can take it out, okay? This was possibly a vacuum leak. Is that good? I swear to God, factory connectors are gonna be the death of me. I want to go loosen the motor mount bolt. It's already loose. All right, well, I got it ready to pull. I think I got everything at least, so gonna lower it down. I had a guy recommend to pull the wheels off and put it on blocks, so I'm gonna do that. So it's not so tall. 37s are kind of tall, but next step, that guy over there. Got the old motor out. Got this thing all ready I got the wheels put back on it. I'm gonna roll it out tomorrow so I can pressure wash the inside because this thing is just completely caked with all kinds of grime. I sprayed it down with degreaser already, but probably give it another go. And I even scraped some of the goop off of there, but yeah, she's a mess. So I'm gonna clean it up. Gotta clean up that rat's nest over there, all that wiring that goes to the Switch Pro, and it was some of the stuff that I just came on the truck that I never really cleaned up. So I'm gonna get all that cleaned up. Ordered a new master cylinder and then a slave cylinder for down below. Ordered a clutch and a new flywheel and a water pump. So once I get all that in, or once I get that in the mail, I can put the rest of this motor back together. I got to do the water pump and put the rest of the accessories back on it, and then change the pan. It's a T100 pan that's a rear sump instead of the front sump like came on this two-wheel drive 4Runner 3RZ. So coming along, progress. All right, so degreased and power washed this thing like 3 times over, but she's looking a little bit better. Still not perfect, but we're not building a show truck here, so it's all good. Buddy Mikey cruised over the water pump in. Built-in manual had the wrong torque specs on the water pump bolts. We found out per the internet it was 15 pounds in the manual, and the interweb said they were only supposed to be at 7. So we found out the hard way. We snapped one of these little bolts here, and luckily we just pulled the water pump out and threaded it out, and had another bolt in the Toyota bolt bin. Slapped some paint on all the bare metal on the frame. Got the bell housing on, so that's the W59 bell housing that'll bolt right up. Master cylinder in with the Off-Road Solutions clutch line run, do the new slave, and I got the battery box installed and painted, and then I also got the motor mounts painted with some alloy armor. I'm gonna change that fuel filter. Okay, Nick and Scott, are you happy now? I found online where I do not need those guys. Had to rob the clutch bolts off of the old 22RE, and just had it all ready to go and fucking snapped one of them. It's fucking fun. I love trucks. Thanks for listening. There's something magical about when you break a bolt and it just threads out still. Oh my God. Off to the Toyota ammo can. But yeah, there we have it. Don't be stupid like me, okay? It's in, but it's not fully in. So I got the stock harness back on the motor. Harness ran into the cab. Got the off-road solutions run from out of the cab. Oh, still got to hook everything up. Got a bunch of instructions here to follow for a numbskull like myself. So that's pretty cool. That's upside down. But yeah, there's all kinds of info, diagrams, whatever, telling me what to do because I need all the help I can get. But progress, got the motor mounts in yesterday. Got the power steering all hooked up yesterday. Mainly just the harness. I still have a bunch of other stuff to connect. But Peter mounted up the rest of the stuff in the cab, minus the OBD2 sensor, which goes on the other side. Got to do that tomorrow. But yeah, I got all the wires run through. We'll have a number of things to hook up on the adapter harness. Got the stock harness in. Got some stuff I want to clean up here. Gonna kind of rework some of that. Just a little intake. All right, friends, so we had a big day today. Buddy Scotty came over, lent me a hand, and we got some serious work done. So we got the intake sorted, rest of the wiring cleaned up, all the wires run across the cowl, radiator, fan is in. Not going to be currently running a shroud. Right now, that's the 3RZ fan and fan clutch, and then the 22RE. I'm actually going to pick up a 3-core radiator. Got the clutch bled. Still got to clean up some of these wires here. These are going to go to the battery once I get that installed. Button all that up, and it is ready for fluids, exhaust that Fab Lab is going to handle for me. Got to order up some O2 sensors, that radiator, and a couple other things. The ORS battery cable harness installed, alternators hooked up, starters hooked up. I got to get a battery tomorrow and hook up the rest of this wiring. Triple core radiator in. Just filled that up with coolant. Just filled up the power steering to tighten the fuel line, and I still need to get an oil drain plug bolt before I put oil in it. Should have it pretty well buttoned up tomorrow. Gonna tow it over to Fab Lab for them to do the exhaust. Ordered the exhaust from Chillcat. Gonna roll it out and hook it up to the Tundra and flat tow it over to Fab Lab. I blew a 80 amp fuse that's in the fuse box in the engine bay, so I got to sort that out. Gotta readjust that hood. But yeah, there's an 80 amp fuse that's in here. I think I got the wiring on the fuse box a little screwed up with that 80 amp fuse. I think this bypass that I had with the 22RE wiring cuts that wire and goes straight into the battery. I think that's why the fuse blew, so I got to figure that out. But I'm going to get the exhaust loaded up in the truck because we're going to use some of that, but got all the battery. She runs. Might have figured it out. After lots of troubleshooting, this little guy is over here. Didn't notice that it wasn't in that 80 amp fuse.